Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the final race of the V8 Supercars here at Bathurst in Australia. And here joining me in the commentary box is Toby51.
Good evening, everybody. Yeah, final round, V8 Supercars. We've had some incredible races so far this season with them, and Bathurst should definitely be an interesting track to watch. Just watching K-Morse on his outlap at the moment. Yeah, it should be a good show.
Yeah, and I'm actually really glad to be here at Australia. I don't know about where you are, Toby, but where I am in the southern United States, it's about 105 outside right now for me. So this little bit of cool weather, being here in Australia during the winter time, is a much needed break.
Well, we've had a heat wave for 3 weeks. The temperature's been pretty decent for the UK in the summer. However, this week, or at the end of this week, we've got a bit of a storm coming in. The temperature's definitely a bit down. And yeah, so I think we've probably got similar temperatures to what Australia do at the moment. I think we're going to see that quite a bit. K-Morse just had a little bit of a tap on the wall out of that corner.
Either I moved the camera at the wrong time or just the right time.
No, he held it well. He as you come down those corkscrew corners, that last corner just throws you out into that wall if you're not paying 100% attention. He obviously was paying about 99% attention at that point. It's a tidy tap.
It does look like we appear to be a few drivers short tonight.
Work out who.
I know we're missing, see, Dutch. Doesn't look like he's in here. Rabito, I don't see Rabito.
No, he's not here. I'm not sure Pete Bibb's here.
No, I don't see Pete either. Maybe they will still show up during the 15-minute practice, or sorry, not practice, y'all. They're going straight into a 15-minute qualifying here.
I think we're missing Led for Ron, or Led the Iron. Sorry, he's. I know that he said he was busy. Almost Rare. I think he missed last race as well. He's not here this week either. Marcus. The Gaming VR is not here. And I think the rest are.
Well, I think this is going to be a really tough battle up the mountain for these guys anyway, so it may be a little bit easier on them in these monstrous cars to have a few less drivers.
I think you're right. It's definitely tricky negotiating through these narrow corners on the way both up and down the hill actually. And
look at there,
yeah, a couple less drivers around you.
Yeah, and as soon as we start talking about him, Dutch pops up in here. Maybe a few of the guys might be just running a little late.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, he's still got 10 minutes, so plenty of time to get the tyres warmed up. Get at least, well, get a couple of laps in easily.
Like Snicker's gonna be up for a good lap, but I want to check out Allo Champs. As everybody's coming across putting one in, but I believe Allo Champs was the first to put one in with a 203.6. But of course, then came K-Morse.
So Marcus with 203.4. 497, so wow, 6,000 splitting him and K-Morse.
I believe the track's pretty cold on these guys, so it may be taking them a few laps to get their tires up to temperature around here, you know, because these cars aren't easy enough to handle. they are actually racing in the winter. So, what was the track temperature? They got a track temperature right now of 78 degrees, so it's not cold, but it's not bad.
And we know from Rupana that we had in New Zealand a couple of weeks ago, it took them a couple of laps before they got the tyres fully up to temperature. So I think you're probably right. Having to do a couple of laps before putting in a truly representative time of what they can do. We know Marcus is very quick from previous qualifying, as is Alisham. So
Yeah,
it could be a good fight
was.
looking at the close.
Joe's still on his cold tires. Very tricky corner to come around right there, especially in these cars. Oh, good to see him get out of the way and make room for the driver on a good lap. Alichamps has come back to the top.
Still almost nothing in it. 300s this time.
Let's see what Alichamps looks like coming up this side of the mountain. And yeah, everybody, this time we are going to make sure we get the on-board lap with Joe Black. And I kind of hope he's not watching so I don't put any pressure on him, but I wanted to last time because he had such a great race. Then I wanted to do it this time.
Right, Eve Dog has just come in with a bit of a storming lap. He's pulled himself ahead of Alisham by a second with 202.392.
So I guess we should start really seeing some times drop out of some of these guys here as we're getting down to right at 7 minutes left.
I was going to say a second ago, but they're now in second, third and fourth, but they're split by apologies. Yeah, they are split by 500ths of a second. Got my controller set to 10 minutes turn off, and that's probably not wise. It's really qualifying. I might quickly nip into the menus and get that changed.
Well, I can't say I haven't done something like that myself. At first I thought it was my headphones messing up on me, so. Chef, it's good to see you in the chat, man. Hope you're having a good night. I'm looking forward to this race. How about you? Yeah, Yevzog is on a really good lap right now. 94 on his way down the mountain. So we still have Dutch and Joe.
Alisham has put a good lap in too. He's on a 202.783, so he's 4 tenths behind. And Marcus is, wow, just put in a 20. Oh wow. Sorry, Marcus put in a 201.848 to be swiftly beaten by Eve Dog with 201.6.
And Usdog went back to the pit. Marcus coming through the pit. We gotta find somebody back out here on track. Let's go with Mike again. Looks like he's having him a good run up the mountain.
Fifth, less than 2.5 seconds behind the leader.
Chef, I agree. Any race night is a good night.
It certainly is.
Oh, and he was having a fantastic run down the mountain. See how Snaker is faring. Do we have anybody else that's coming up or down the mountain? We got ID4 fighting his way up the mountain.
you're going so fast through those tight walls that any mistake at all just throws you straight off into them.
Thanks for reminding me, Toby. I had forgot all about the speedo on that.
I was going to say that a minute ago, and then I forgot to, have to admit.
Yeah, you are completely correct. It has only taken them just to make a little mistake going through there to tap one of those walls, and once you catch the wall, it's not as bad as Spa, but these walls aren't made of the strongest glue in the world, like Spa, but these walls will definitely do a lot of damage.
I don't know about you, but in my pit strategies on races, on shorter races like these, well, I mean obviously long but short, where you don't have to refuel or retire, I set my pit strategy up so it's only correcting any damage that I might happen to do during a race.
You know, I believe one of my last races, I think it was, yeah, one of my last races I forgot to set mine up. And I ended up just going in. I needed a little front arrow damage repair and didn't set it up correctly, so I got the full works, you know, complete repair from front to back, tires, whole new fuel load, all of it.
Yeah, I've made that mistake many a time. So yeah, not much movement in the times. Champ coming around to finish his lap, so he may put himself a bit further. No, I don't think he's improved his time. Excuse me. Or was that an out lap? I'm not sure. Maybe I wasn't paying attention.
No, I believe he's been out for a while. I think he's still trying to improve, but we're down to just under 2 minutes, so I think we could be seeing about what we're seeing. I think the drivers have definitely tested out the grip level on the track.
So we were running about 203s in the first few laps they put in. Now they've knocked it back down to 201. Oh, mind you, K Morse has just pulled himself back up into third with 202.7.
Oh, and he went straight to the pit before I could get to him. Let's check on Dutch. Dutch still hasn't put in a time. Hopefully he can get his tires hot here and get him A time in. Of course, we all know A time is better than no time.
Definitely.
Which Dutch has been he wasn't with us last week, I believe, but he was. Other than that, I think he's been a good driver and had some good runs in these V8 supercars. Just like as we say on every broadcast with these, Toby, it's all these guys in these V8 supercars are extremely talented.
Yeah, just keeping him on track. It's been an incredible show from all of them, especially in the rain. I mean, that was quite a race.
Yeah, that was very intense. I'm gonna say that I'm so glad I was not in that race whatsoever.
I was half hoping, I have to be honest, there might be some rain in the GC3s, but actually in hindsight I think I'm quite glad there wasn't.
I don't mind the rain in the GT3s. It's actually a lot of fun because those cars have so much aero and so much grip that it's actually a lot of fun. You can run really fast and be extremely competitive in them. But these V8 supercars are already, they just have so much torque that every time you see right there, he had his car good and lined up, and it looked like when he gave it all the gas, the tires still spun out for him. Hopefully,
a little bit.
Hopefully that won't invalidate his time. I really want to see Dutch get a time in.
I'm imagining by the fact he's still going, it hasn't. Nope, it hasn't.
No, it gave him a 2:18, so he will be starting at the back, but he did manage to get a time in, so good job. It's got to be difficult on this cold track.
And not only that, they're coming in late and feeling like you've got everything to catch up with.
Yes.
It never helps. So, starting on pole, we got Eve Dog with 2 minutes and 0.7. In second, we've got Marcos with a 2:01.848. In third, we've got ID4 with a 2:02.635. Then fourth, we got K Morse. Fifth, Alashamp. Sixth, Michael. Seventh, Snaker. Eighth, Joe Black. And ninth, Dutch Musso. I think we are missing 3 people at the moment.
So once again, we're seeing Yevzdog up at the top.
He's been strong all season, and actually he's looking at the driver standings at the moment. He's untouchable up at the front. He's got 156 points. He's at 156 points. He's 51 points ahead of ID4 in second, and as well as K-Morse is also at 105. So yeah, I think he's definitely going to win the championship, because obviously I know we've got 50 points on play for today, so that still doesn't give anybody enough to catch him. But yeah, further down we definitely could see some changes. We've got Alashamp very close to the top to 2 and 3, but anyway, we're starting the race, so I'll go through those later.
I believe we have just a little bit of time while we get to sink in. I hope this isn't one of the tracks that doesn't give us the lights.
I don't know whether it's on the stream, but I don't have the map at the moment.
No, I have not put the map up yet. I was going to try to wait till they started getting just a little bit more spaced out.
Okay. But yeah, so as we have got a second, I will, so Gaming VR and Alashamp, Alashamp is very much poised to bring it to the second and third places of ID4 and K-Morse. He has qualified just behind them.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really close race, especially this first lap going up the mountain is going to be. I can't imagine how difficult it's going to be and the pressure on these guys.
But there's nowhere to overtake, but you know that any slight mistake and somebody's going to try and go for that gap that you created. And yeah, so it definitely puts pressure on you to make sure that you keep those lines and make sure you've got anybody behind you to fend it off.
So, yeah, I don't blame these guys at all for taking their 2 minutes. I believe we're sinking in. Yep, we're sinking in. No lights, but they should be off any second. And they're off. We've got Yevzdog, Marcos, ID4, K-Morse, Alashamp, Mike, Snaker, Dutch, and Joe's bringing up the back. I think Joe's going to go for his usual strategy and wait for everybody else and then dominate.
He's definitely got the race pace, always. He manages to make any starts. A good finish.
And it looks like we had Mike run out in the back. That's a very tough turn, especially first lap. I have to say that I'm extremely impressed with lap 1 here. These guys coming all the way up the mountain. Looked like from what we could see, there was no contact. Looked like he literally lost the rear of the car.
The angle that we were at, I couldn't see, but yeah, it did look like he'd maybe put a little bit too much acceleration on out the corner.
Yeah, and which goes back to, like you said, the pressure on this first lap. He's got Yevzdog making his downhill run, still managing to hold on to his lead. Marcos is not very far behind him, followed by ID4 and K-Morse. K-Morse is really putting the pressure on ID4 at the moment. I got to stay right here. I got to see if he's going to go for the move. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not talking, but I'm about to fall off the side of my couch. Ooh. And we did have a little contact. Oh, ID4.
Oh, that was a shame.
And we have Joe moving up the pack. Joe is now moved up to 7th. Looks like we had someone off track.
That was Marcos. I think he was... No, it wasn't Marcos. No. I don't know who that was.
I'm really not too sure who that was either, but let's go back up here and check on Marcos and Yevzdog, because Marcos is not letting Yevzdog go. He's got a little bit of space, but he's under the 2nd.
He is indeed, yeah. He's been keeping... Well, in fact, he's been getting closer. It's about 9/10 at one point. And, yeah, he's been kept pretty even, actually. He seems to get the speed on the straights, might be having said that. He is also catching up the hill. The person we saw off the track was K-Morse, I believe.
Oh, that's right, yeah. K-Morse was up towards the front, and him and ID4 did have a little paint swapping on track. It just appeared to be a very crowded corner for both of them. We have Dutch had gone in, I guess, and got a little bit of repair. He's managing to get back out on the track. We got Joe.
And Joe's a very sensible racer. He bides his time, and then just picks his way through any issues that have happened up in front. Because he's proved himself straight up into 5th. He started 9th. Yeah, he did. He started 8th. But another solid drive from him.
I'm gonna check in on these guys real quick, because they are within a half second of each other. If Marcos doesn't make a move here in just a second, which it's looking like he's not gonna, it looks like he may want to just sit nice and comfortable behind Yevzdog, ride out several laps, and wait towards the end of the race to make his move.
I think this is the closest battle, looking up and down the time screens.
So we have Mike and K-Morse
just watching that one. We do have... Yeah. So I believe we've got Michael behind Joe, and then K-Morse catching up with the 2 of them.
Mike's really trying to put pressure on Joe. I hope he knows Joe does not shake very well.
No, he's a very solid driver. The pressure does not get to Joe very often at all.
No, in covering these V8 races, I really have noticed that. It is really hard to make him feel the pressure and put a hurt on him. Let's go back. We'll go back. We'll be right back to check on. I can't do it. I gotta see what this guy's coming up. There's a crest of the mountain. They're fixing to be on the downhill run.
However, Marcus has just got past Eve-Dog.
And I was just fixing to go wanted to check on them, but I just could not stand to leave the other guys either.
That's a shame. We would have been watching that otherwise. And it looks like the Joe battle. I think Michael made a mistake because he's dropped behind the 2 of them.
He must have clipped the wall. These cars are so slick on this track. It's hard to get the tires up to temp, and then you lose all your temperature coming down this back straight. By the time you get to the end of it, your tires are cold again.
Oh, K-Morse is pulling down the inside. Very nice overtake. Oh, he's lost it
Oh!
on the exit of the corner.
Oh, that is a tough break for
That
K.
was,
Morse.
it is.
Kind of like I said, once you get to the end of that straight, your tires have really cooled off. It's hard to get the power back down once
Yeah,
they cool off so
and
much.
Michael's coming to the pits to fix the damage that I think he's probably got coming down the mountain. Yeah, K-Morse just put the power on a little bit too early, but somehow Joe managed to slip down slip down without being collected.
He did, and I'm going to take this opportunity because he is coming up the mountain, and I want my cockpit view right along with Joe Black.
I think that's a good idea. We've got no other close races.
He's doing a fantastic job, just touching the corners. Looks like he's putting the tires right on the line. And every apex. Inside, cutting it nice and tight, swinging wide. This right here this is the one that always gets me. It's a very difficult corner. He just did touch the curve perfectly through there. Sorry, y'all. I'm watching in amazement at this downhill run. Fantastic correction by Joe. He almost lost it.
A little bit of drift out the last corner. Well, last mountain corners.
Yeah, I have to say, I believe I would feel quite safe being in the car with Joe Black. And I don't say that about many people at all. My sister scares me.
I'm not a great passenger, I have to admit, but Joe, yeah, he's got a very smooth style. He really does.
I wish we could see his throttle and brake application there, because he's got perfect throttle application and brake application coming through there.
Oh, we can on the speedo on the right.
Oh, we can. Sorry, y'all. Sometimes my brain isn't very attached.
It's only after you said it I noticed it. So
yeah, he's easing into the throttle. I mean, he's nice and smooth. I know most of us don't like the chase cam, but
just give a good view of what's happening.
it can be a nice view from time to time.
It's a very 80s style, isn't it? Colin McRae rally type view.
Let's see.
90s.
We have Alochamps on his downhill run. Alochamps is doing a good job hanging on to third place. And it does not appear that he has picked up any damage yet either, so...
The way it stands at the moment, with K-Morse down at the back and ID4 having been knocked out, he will obviously be getting quite a good points haul from this race, which will put him in contention, because he's 9 points behind both of them at the moment. So we could have a very tight finish for second, third and fourth. I was going to say Gaming VR is not far behind, but he's not here tonight, so obviously he'll stay where he is.
He did have a good run in these cars also, though.
Gaming VR, yeah, very much so. He's had a very solid season. I don't know why he's not here tonight.
We do miss him, though. We've got Snaker.
Indeed.
Snaker is a decent amount behind. What is that? About 8 seconds behind Alochamps. I believe my fast math is somewhat wrong there, y'all, but I'm still going to call it 8-ish seconds.
It's about 8 seconds, pretty much exactly. We just lost somebody else, and I'm not sure who.
Dutch, it may have, looks like
Yes.
Dutch may have got disconnected. As we all know, the servers for the PlayStation for Project Cars can be a little vicious at times.
Yeah, I've got a very good internet connection. Even I am. And public lobbies seem to have had issues in the past.
Which, in my opinion, the racing games are a little bit more demanding than even the shooter games as far as needing to not have that lag between players. So I think that may be one reason why it gets a little touchy. Did we just lose another?
We did just lose somebody else. It was whoever was running in 7th.
K-Morse. Looks like we have lost K-Morse.
You're right, we have.
We have. Which will leave Mike in the back pulling, but he will still end up with a nice 6th place, which nets you some very nice points.
It does.
Oh, but we have Marcos is in the pits. Giving moving Alochamps to 2nd. Snaker into 3rd.
I wonder why he pitted, because he was about 3 seconds in the lead. Maybe he's got a strategy, and maybe he's running soft tyres, and he's decided that 2 stints is quicker than 1 on hard.
Could be. That'd be an interesting strategy around this track, because as we've talked about in the other races, these V8 supercars really chew through tires.
Yeah, and maybe he was finding he had degradation on the hards over the full race distance, and that he felt that the grip that the softs gave him up. I mean, I'm speculating here, but the grip the softs give him over the hards, going up and down the hill, are worth the time of a stop.
I'm sure he'll let us know on the Discord server that we have for Gavra Racing that our man Sig made for us. If you want to know about the Discord server, you can find it at the bottom of the webpage at gavraracing.ultravista.com. But Marcos doesn't. If he makes much of a mistake, Joe's not far behind him and is having. Still, once again, he's just like Joe Black. He is having some very consistent, fantastic runs.
I'm thinking Marcos must have had damage somewhere where we didn't see. Otherwise, I don't see why he would have pitted, because he doesn't seem to be going any faster than he was before his stop.
But if he changed tires, he may have had to come back out on colds.
That is true, yes.
Let's check out our leader, Yevzdal, because, you know, with the way he's been running this entire season, he deserves a little camera time here, as he's battling his way up the mountain. If there's no action going on his next lap, I'll switch over and we'll do a cockpit view of Yevzdal as he comes up and down the mountain as well.
Sounds good.
He is really moving. 130 mile an hour as he crests the top of that little hill back there. Almost 140 for getting ready for the downhill. He has really got to be standing on the brakes when he is slowing down. He went from 140 to about 80 faster than I could keep track of it on the speedo.
It's a very heavy braking section through the mountain. It's a lot of fun when you get it right. It feels like you just threaded a needle. But when you get it wrong, it's not quite so not quite so validating. I was watching Marcus's times, and he did take about a second out of Eve Dog's time in that lap. He's probably up in the mountains at the moment.
Yep, he is coming around. I'm going to go ahead and thank you, Toby. I believe I saw about 163 before he got on the brakes. Taking the turn with just under 100 miles an hour. What's he going to get back up to almost 120? Down to 58. Yeah, he's being extremely, just like Joe, he's being extremely smooth on the throttle here. I don't think I've seen him hit the brake in a little while.
No, it's beautiful to watch. It's just so smooth.
Very little brake. I figured he would be standing on that brake. That is some fantastic brake and throttle application he's got. I can't go through here without literally. I've got both feet standing on the brake right before I hit the downhill.
And that is a sort of transition through that section that I'm talking about, threading a needle at high speed. That was very, very nice to be on board with.
180 all the way down to 68, I believe.
And that little section there is deceptively tricky because you've got a long straight, and that previous corner isn't really a corner. You can take it flat out. So you're pretty much at full speed by the time you take that sharp left-hand corner. And you've got to judge your braking time exactly right, because if you cut that corner too early, that curve on the inside is just unforgiving. It'll throw you sideways. Yeah, very good lap.
Yeah, I believe probably call that just about a perfect lap around through here. Yeah, he's hitting all his points. Yeah.
He's carrying the fastest lap at the moment. Just looking at Marcus's times, he's catching up to Snaker quite quickly. He's taking about just over a second a lap out of Snaker. There's 2 and a bit laps left to go. Yeah, we could see a bit of action there at the end.
Yeah, because it looks like his last lap was a 2:02 compared to Yezdal and Aloe Champs at a 2:04.
Yep. And he's much faster on these. Well, I'm assuming he must have new tyres on to be going those speeds. Yeah, he's about 2 seconds faster than even Eve Dog out in front. Unfortunately, with 3 laps to go, he's not going to catch them. Either Alechamp or Eve Dog.
I believe, like I said, I believe he does have a decent chance of catching Snaker. But I believe Snaker is going to have to make at least one little mistake for Marcos to catch him. And Joe is sitting in a nice, pretty 5th place. And
He is. He's got himself.
I think, besides Yevzdog, he has been the most consistent driver out on the track today so far.
I think he's been very, very consistent. Yeah, I mean, all through the season, he's he's just been there when he needs to be to get a good position at the end. I think Michael's been in the pits a couple of times. Excuse me.
Yeah, looks like he is still carrying a little bit of damage, but the fact that he can drive that car on this track with that little bit of damage that's more than enough to impress me. I don't know about everybody else, but these cars are tough enough, and to put it on Bathurst in the winter in a V8 supercar, and then you got to go around the track with some damage. That's tough. And Marcos has reeled in Snaker, or either we missed Snaker making a mistake. Wow. So you were correct, Toby. We are definitely seeing a battle out of these two.
What a place to catch. There's nothing he can do coming down the mountain, but if he gets a good drive out of that last corner, he could have a good run on the straight. But we know from earlier that the next corner they get to is very high speed right. I don't think he's going to be able to overtake there.
You can, but it is a tough overtake.
He put himself in the mirrors just to let Snaker know that he was there.
Had a little puff of smoke from Marcos.
We did. I think Snaker braked a little bit earlier than Marcos expected, which just threw him off his stride a little bit.
Yeah, Snaker is definitely on the defense at the moment. So they are on their last lap.
They are going side by side. Oh, Marcos is going through, but Snaker's not giving up.
Yeah, that was a fantastic move by Marcos on pulling up the inside.
I think what Snaker was hoping to do was let Marcos go up the inside, go out of the corner, and then try a cut back. But Marcos was very savvy to that one and cut off the inside too. Oh no, Snaker's...
Oh, he got on the gas a little too early. That is a very tough corner. We've seen a couple of people have a hard time right there. Hopefully he can get it back together and get back out on track fast enough to stay in front of Joe. I've got to check on as our first place winner is just finishing his downhill. Very consistent race out of him too.
It has been, and as it must have been also a very consistent race from Alisham, because he's been keeping it about 7.5 seconds to 8 seconds for the last 6 or 7 laps. Yeah, getting very close at the moment, or getting very close now. Coming down to the final corner.
Stay with him here, babe. I'm sure he knows where the cameras are. He'll give us a nice little flash to let us know he's coming across. Oh, there he is. That is a fantastic, fantastic driving win by Yevzdog, as we have Alochamps coming across the line. Great run by him as well. And Marcos is just now coming up. He did a great job of putting the pressure on Snaker there that last lap, and it really paid off.
He did.
Oh yeah, Snaker did he ended up with quite a bit of damage there.
But he still managed to pull it round to finalise in 4th.
Yeah, I'm glad he managed to get his car back on track before Joe caught up with him. Snaker had a great race. That was a shame to see that happen on that turn, but it is a vicious turn.
It's so painful when you've had a good race, and right at the end, you lose it on the last lap. It feels like you've been stabbed. Well, no, actually, no, it doesn't. But yeah, it feels like you've been kicked.
There's Joe giving us a nice flash of the lights. Joe, that it was a great race, and your consistency definitely pays off as you got a nice 5th place.
Yeah, very nice.
And Mike also is, because of disconnects and things, is going to have him quite a nice 6th place. And still, coming across the line he's going to come across with all that damage. I'm still impressed he can stay out there with the damage that he's got and finish the race.
Yeah, he does seem to have quite a bit, doesn't he? So no, good driving. Hopefully we might get some of the drivers who retired from that race back in the second. But yeah, for the moment, our podium is Eve Dog in first, Alashamp in second, and Marcus in third. Very well done to all of you. And Snaker in fourth, Joe Black in fifth, and Michael in sixth. So we got retired K Morse, Dutch Musso, and ID4, and yeah, they're still there. So yeah, we should get them back in the second race.
Well, you know, the deadliest things on the planet live in Australia, and apparently that does include racetracks.
That's a pretty good observation, actually, with Bathurst.
I find it quite apt for this track, yes. Alright, so we'll have a short little minute while they go back and reset for our sprint race, and we get to watch these guys really hammer it out now that they're comfortable with each other, and some of them are going to want to make up some spots.
I think we might have a bit of a practice session in between this race and the qualifying tonight.
Yes, the guys will have a quick 10-minute practice session that they can either drive around the track, do a little changes to their car real quick, or personally, if I was them, I would take advantage of that quick 10 minutes and get a short little break and let my nerves relax. But of course, racing against all these guys here at Gavra Racing it's tough. Everybody drives really good, so needless to say, my nerves are usually pretty fried about 2 seconds into the race.
I do feel that too. I have to be honest. All of the standard racing in Gavra is incredible, actually. It's been a lot of fun racing the GT3 leagues, and yeah, I hope to be back next season, which starts pretty soon, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah, I believe it is gonna be about the 1st or 2nd week of October. Our administrators still have to finalize a few things, I believe, and then they're gonna let us know. But then, of course, you know, the elite tiers get the first sign up, and then it'll open up to all of us with a Gavra license. And then, of course, if you don't have the Gavra license, you're in luck, because the new Academy season will also be starting very soon. I believe at about the same time. Details on that, I think, are still being worked out to be released to everybody. But all you got to do is go to the website, gavraracing.altavista.org, I believe. Could have that wrong, y'all. Like I said, my brain is a little fried today. And there you will find the links in the menu to send Gavra a message and let him know you want to sign up for the Academy, and all the Academy information is there, along with all of our driver stats. What else is there? A current championship or the mini summer league information that I guess it's now coming to a close. Track information, It's a great website. Everybody should really check it out. There's a lot going on there. They do a fantastic job of building and keeping it looking pretty good and stuff. Yeah, sorry y'all. Like I
Yeah,
said,
no.
fried brain.
No, it's a very useful website. It gives you information you need. And I've talking about that. I've just been on the website, and the next season, the first week of racing will be on September the 9th. So beginning of September.
Nice. As who do we
Yeah.
have here? We have someone has decided that they want to go out and make a little bit of use of the time. Who was it?
No, I think everybody's still in pits.
Nope, there we
Oh no,
go.
it's Dutch
Dutch.
Racing. Sorry.
Very
Didn't see
smart
that.
move by Dutch, because he did get his qualifying last time cut, or his qualifying cut a little bit short because he was little late getting in. And how long of a qualifying do they have for this next round, Toby?
They've got 5 minutes for the second round, and I was
Five.
just thinking
Oh,
actually, what will
5 minutes.
what will
That just 5 minutes
yeah, I
to
know.
go around this track at least twice.
I was just thinking that because what were the lap times in the first session? I think they were.
We saw 2:02 and 2:04 seem to be the average for the guys up top.
So they have got time to get round twice, obviously in the 5 minutes. But yeah, they're going to be having to get out pretty much immediately the qualifying session starts.
So no one can
Which,
say that the racing here at Gavra Racing is not tough. Of course, we also did this in the GT3 race. I enjoyed it a lot as being one of the racers with the medium length stint and then the short stint after with the 5 minute qualifying. Really stepped up the pressure and the intensity of the second race. And as the broadcaster, I kind of feel it does the same here. I like this layout.
I think it mixes things up a lot. We were finding yesterday in the second qualifying session, the race started very much out of order in the way that people have been finishing throughout the season. Flip Flip, who has been one of the very top runners of the GT3 season, qualified at the back in the last one just because I think he made a very tiny mistake out of the last corner, which meant he couldn't. Well, he finished that lap but couldn't get another one, and just that one mistake made him start at the back. It definitely throws the cat among the pigeons, as you said, and it makes it interesting for everybody else to watch them coming back through.
Well, it really didn't make it any more interesting to me. The pressure was high enough, and then I had to deal with Flip Flip sitting next to me on the starting line. That was, that was a little bit more pressure than I was ready for at that moment.
No,
It's
it
like-
was. I had to be, because I was expecting to see him at the front, and I thought, oh no, maybe he's disconnected. And I realised he was starting, as you said, pretty much next to me as well, and it made me make sure that I got my start right.
So, well, do you know off the top of your head what cars will be in next season?
We've got a few. It's going to be a classic season, which I think is fantastic because the classic cars just have a totally different method of handling and driving feel than the newer cars. So it's going to be good. We've got the BMW 2002 Stance Works, the Ford Escort RS 1600. That is going to be. Those two are going to be the Gavra tier racings. With that. Memory at the moment, so then we've got the Radical SR3 RS, and all three of those are going to be Gavra tier series, which means anybody with G1, G2 or Elite license can register for those. Then in the Elite Series, we've got the Mercedes CLK GTR as the classic class, and then we got the modern GTEs as the other class in the Elite Series. And then we've also got endurance races. Those are going to be run on Saturday evenings. I think they're going to be lasting for about 3 hours each, and that'll be in the LMP1H, so the LMP prototype cars. So that's going to be a lot of fun. In fact, all of them are going to be. I have to be honest, not a clue what I'm going to be driving yet, but I love the LMP cars. But I know that there's going to be a lot of competitions for seats in the endurance series, I reckon.
I think there is. I think there's going to be a lot of competition for people to go out for the endurance series. Me personally, I'm really interested to find out if I can sit there for that long and put up with the pressure for the 3 hours of racing some of these people in the Gavra League. But I don't know. There's going to be so many of us, I think, to sign up for it. I don't have high hopes for my time trials on that, but it's going to be amazing to watch, and for the guys that do make it in there to be able to run.
I think it is, definitely. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Yeah, and the Mercedes CLK GTR, I was watching a video about that the other day, as it happens, because that was a 90s car, and it was the one that took off. Mark Webber had a crash in both qualifying and in the first 5 laps of the race in 1 year's Le Mans. It had such, the front was pivoted too, from what they were saying, too far in front of the front wheels, which just, it was a shorter wheelbase car but with a long body, and so the front would catch the air as it went over a bump, and it just flipped, because obviously it had a huge amount of downforce, and it literally did somersaults in the air. So that's going to be equally an interesting one to watch.
That car is definitely tough to handle, but a lot of fun to drive, and like you said, extremely fun to watch. There's none of the next season's races are gonna be not fun to watch. They're all gonna be extremely exciting. Gavra and the administrators do a fantastic job of picking the cars and tracks and the combinations to run. I've yet to see something that I did not find amazing to either watch or be. And speaking of their track combos, I'm not sure if the track list for the cars is out yet, but if it is, you will have to go to the website to see it. We're not going to tell you, just to make you go to the website.
It is out, so that's an added incentive to go to the website, because you can see it's a good sequence of different tracks, and there'll be 13 races in total, because there's a pre-season race before each of the races in each of the tiers, which won't count toward points, but just give everybody in the series a chance to race with each other for the first time. Well, obviously for the more experienced drivers, quite possibly not the first time racing each other. Whichever one I'm in, it would probably be my first time racing against the majority of them.
And just in case I didn't say it again, though I know I did, I'm just trying to re-advertise and over-advertise here. We do have a Discord server. We have a Gavra Racing Discord server. If you go to the website, gavraracing.altervista.org, down at the bottom of the page, you'll find a link, and you should go to the website, go to the link, go to the Discord, say hey, get ready to sign up for some great racing next season.
It really is great racing. Everybody races cleanly. I haven't noticed myself any intentional crashes at all, which is fantastic. It's what you want in a racing simulator, and Gavra's community definitely definitely fulfill.
Yeah, the sportsmanship between everybody is fantastic, and pretty much 99% of the time, I'd like to say 100% of the time, but I've been told I'm wrong a lot by women I've dated. So I'm fair, yeah, I think everybody knows how that goes. So I'm just going to go with I'm wrong a lot. But anytime you even see anything on lap 1, as Dutch had a little scrape with the wall there, it's always a spin out on the first lap. You don't see dive bombing or ramming people off of the track. And especially for the first lap of every race, that really sets the tone for the whole race, and you'll always see a great lap for lap 1 here at Gavra Racing.
Everybody seems to make it through the first corners, which is good. Unfortunately, in public lobbies, that's not always the case. It's always a little bit of a gamble whether you're ever going to make the first corner or not. But you don't have that worry in Gavra. It's the way you want to race, really. And obviously, anybody who, if anybody were to intentionally do that, then they would quite quickly get penalised, I believe. Is that correct? I think Gavra's quite hot on that sort of thing.
Yes, that's a great point, Toby. Gavra Racing does have a panel of stewards to review incidences, which is fantastic. I know a lot of people don't do that, but the fact that they do is actually, it's amazing, along with everything else here at Gavra. As we are coming to the end of their little free practice and break, and as Toby said, they are in for 5 minutes as all the drivers are really rushing out. Wow, I did not expect to see all of them come out of there so quick. They may have heard us saying and talking about how short of qualifying they were fixing to get. So yeah, they're having to stop and make room for each other on the pit lane. Speedo up, and Snaker was the first one out of the pit, I believe. Looks like he's already trying to give himself a little bit of running room.
And that's the thing with them all having come out of the pits quite as quickly as they did. They're going to have to make space on track, which could jeopardise their warm-up. And as we saw, it looked like it took two laps for them to warm their tyres up in the last session. So I think they're going to have to make their first hot lap on semi-hot tyres. We've got a couple of people in the pits. We've got Kane Morse and Joe in the pits.
Oh, they may have been so tightly packed together through coming out through there that we may have had some contact during the first of qualifying there. But
they should have time as long as they come out.
If they can get back out quick, they should still have just enough time to get a lap in. How far is Snaker? He'll be the first to set a time, though he is still on his out lap. Yeah, that clock is really ticking down fast. We're already at 3 minutes qualifying for these guys, and they have not even got their out lap over with yet. It's such a hard judgment call, Toby. Do you go for it and try to set a really good time and risk not setting a time, or do you just try to set a time?
Well, personally, with how treacherous the mountains are, I think I'd pull back a little bit and just make sure I was setting a time. But then they're so tightly packed at the top, even in the championships too. I think the only one out of all of them that actually has the luxury of options is Eve Dog. I think the rest pretty much have to go for it.
Yeah, I probably really should have had a better look at the standing, where everybody stands with the points, so I could take a rough guess at how everybody's going to finish. But I believe, you said earlier, Used Dog is pretty much got the championship, doesn't he?
He had the championship clear by 1 point at the beginning of the first race, and with the win in the first race, he's untouchable. He has won the championship. ID4 and K-Morse unfortunately both retired in the first race, which, because Alichamp had a good finish in the first race, means they really have to have a good finish in the second race to keep their second and third spots. I think it might be a bit of a tall order anyway, because obviously Alichamp had quite a point haul in the first race. So yeah, I don't know where to call it there, but my money on Alichamp being in second from the end of the championship.
Well, I don't know about you, Toby, but right now I'm on the edge of my couch because I'm nervous for these guys. We just crossed the under a minute mark, and Used Dog, nobody has put in a time yet. We got Snakers getting close, but they are really running right down to the wire with this 5-minute qualifying on this track, making this extremely exciting just for these guys to be able to set a qualifying time. This is great.
Snaker may actually get another lap because he's going to be crossing the line before the end of the session, which means he may well get another lap. Michael, I just saw in the background, I'm not sure what happened, but he didn't manage to complete his lap just at the last minute. And the time's definitely down on what they were in the first session, but it's pretty much the same order again.
Yeah, their first time lap was really a big improvement over the first session, so I guess they were really trying to go for it to try to get out front so they could get a good start. And it looks like we got a couple of guys that have decided they're going to take the strategy of holding out, getting a little bit more of a breather.
I don't think Joe K-Morse actually came on track at all. I think Michael had a spin out of the last corner, and Dutch, I didn't see what happened to him.
Yeah, like both of us keep saying, wintertime, Australia, V8 supercars makes it really hard to put the power down on these cars.
You've got ID4 with not sure who that is.
Well, maybe
that's Eve Dog behind him.
Yeah, I definitely would not want to be getting a lot of pressure from another driver.
No, but Eve Dog's got no choice.
Yeah, no, you're out on the track. You got a 5-minute qualifying, and all the drivers understand that as well.
Yeah.
They know everybody's out there pushing as hard as they can, trying to get that time in. I'm going to sit right here behind you and do the best I can too.
Oh wow! ID4 set a fantastic lap with a 2:03.1. Which put him up on pole, but then Eve Dog grabbed it back just the last minute.
Oh, that had to be frustrating.
So, on pole we got Eve Dog with the 2:01.889. Second, we got Marcos with the 2:02, pretty much dead. Third, we got ID4, so he must have set that on the last minute as well. ID4 in third with the 2:03.1. Then we got Alichamp, Snaker in fifth, Dutch Moose in sixth, K-Morse in seventh, Joe Black in eighth, and Michael in ninth. And the Dutch Musso, K-Morse, Joe, and Michael, I don't think set a time. So yeah, this could be
quite interesting. I think a couple of drivers are probably going to take about the same strategy. I think we can count on about the same thing from Joe to just run a good consistent lap and finish pretty good. I think some of these other drivers are really going to try to hammer it out. ID4 he had a tough break last time, so he's really going to be looking to redeem himself and on this one and come up top, obviously by pulling that time.
Marcus has been very impressive. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say that maybe we'll get lucky and one of the guys that are watching the stream will have a look at the point standings and let us know who what they look like here at the end of this race for who won. That's a hint, Chef, if you feel like looking.
I was just going to say, Marcus throughout the season has been very consistent with his lap times. I mean, obviously Eavesdog has too. Yeah, Marcos has been up there with lap times as well. And we've had others. I mean, Alichamp and ID4, as well as Snaker, actually, have all been very impressive. And K-Morse, actually, in the last qualifying session, was very up at the pointy end.
Yeah, it's really hard to pick one driver out of this bunch.
It is. And then, of course, we've got Joe, who's just so consistent in races that...
There we go. We're sinking on in. Oh, no, you're good. Let's see. I wish we had lights on this one. Project car. And they're off. We've got Eavesdog, Marcos, ID4. Alachamp's just moved up, so they're moving up and down faster than I can say it, y'all. I'm just going to take back up and forth with Alichamp, Snaker, Dutch, K-Morse, Mike, with Joe bringing up the lead.
I think Dutch clipped the grass on the way out of the first corner, and he's dropped back to the back.
Eavesdog once again has managed to go out and get himself that cushion once again, leaving Marcos to have to deal with most of the pressure.
I was just going to say, he's got Alichamp and ID4 all over him, but Alichamp's just backed off because he's got Snaker behind him.
He's got K-Morse. K-Morse is also a very good, he's been a strong driver. There's not a driver's seat in this race that I would want to be in.
It almost makes you wish I'd done both, but I have to admit I've enjoyed commentary too. So I'm glad that I raced the GT3s and commented on this. It's been a lot of fun.
As Oliveira makes his way down the hill at the end, about halfway through lap 1, Marcos is really not wanting to let him go. Got a little cushion from ID4. Alichamps is right behind him, followed by Snaker still, and K-Morse, Mike.
And I think that was Michael, yeah.
And he has a little bit of breathing room from Dutch, who is still under one of the worst people that I would want to be under pressure from, Joe Black. Because you just know he's going to stay right there. He's not going to mess up. He's not going anywhere. He's going to sit in your mirror the whole race until he gets around you. Oh, and as commentators curse.
There was, and look, I think Dutch might have gone off in front of them too, so it might have been the slipstream Dutch that carried him off.
As it looks like we have the middle of the pack here staying very tight on lap 2. Sorry y'all, we are in for 7 laps this time, so 7 laps I think is going to go by really fast for these guys in the V8 supercars here at Bathurst in Australia.
Especially if they stay this close. Snaker is right on the back of ID4.
Oh, ID4 touches the wall. Yeah, Snaker's really feeling all the pressure right here as this guy. ID4 still right behind him. K-Morse still right behind him. Who is under pressure by Mike. So the middle of this pack is really slugging it out, going up and down the mountain. None of them yielding anything.
driving down there just like a train.
They really are. They are doing a fantastic job.
ID4's got himself a little bit of a cushion, which he's using to catch back up on the back of Snaker. And he seems to have quite a decent overspeed on Snaker at the moment. He's catching quite quickly.
It's real easy to get that cushion out from in front of the pack, and without even realizing it, you're letting off the throttle a little early, or you're braking just a little early. These two right here seem to be the only ones close enough at the moment. They've got just over a second gap, still not close enough to make a move yet.
I think Kamos might have...
Oh, go ahead.
I think Kamos might have made a tiny bit of a mistake, because he's dropped back from ID4 quite a bit. Mind you, he's still within the second half. Actually, second now.
Yeah,
Snaker. ID4's got past Snaker.
Yeah, ID4 is looking to really get some points on this last race to make up for the last one. As both cars coming through there, Snaker and K. Morris, looks like they left a little bit of paint on the wall back there. I'm sure they're not the first drivers to leave a little paint on that wall, on any of these walls. So K. Morris gets a little wide, good recovery.
He could have quite easily spun out.
Yes, he definitely. I'd have been off in the wild blue yonder. He'd have never got me out of that sand pit. But it did cost him a little bit, which is bringing Mike a little bit closer to make a move. Right at a second and a half. So if he stays on it, he'll get within the 1 second range. As Joe is now dropped under a second from Dutch. Oh!
Dutch has made a mistake. Go, Joe, he's letting me through.
Go on, Joe. He's trying to let you. Joe may not be able to get by him. Very good. That's a tough spot. And that's a good example of if the person in front of you loses the rear end in one of the turns going up or down the mountain, there's not a lot of room for you to go anywhere. So you want to put the pressure on them, but at the same time, it might always not work out so great for you. We have Alochamps making his way up.
Just looking down the time screen, I think they've all spread out a little bit now.
Yeah, they really have. Everybody pushed super hard those first couple of laps, and now they kind of spaced out a little bit. It's kind of weird the way that happens. You push really hard, you're really close together, you get a couple of positions or you lose a couple of positions in a few laps, and then you space out a little bit. But then usually if the race was longer, kind of like the last race, we would see them starting to catch back up with each other.
Yeah. But we seem to have a little bit of a... Oh no.
Chicken cables. She's got a little flame damage, it looks like. I thought it was the other side he left a little paint on the wall with, but he may have decided his car needed to match. I do the same thing, you know. It just doesn't look right if both sides don't match. Mike is only... Oh, he has just crossed over the second mark behind him, so he is just under a second. Oh, as K-Moore spins out.
I think we saw him do pretty much the same in the last race.
It's coming down that back straight, especially in the wintertime. in Australia. Those tires really get cold by the time you get to the end of that straight. You build up good heat going up and down the mountain, but then you hit that straight.
Yeah, and that's the inside curve I was talking about. If you brake too early and get over that curve, it's unforgiving. It just does what just happened to K-Morse.
Yeah, it'll literally just launch you right around. Let's see here. How far behind is Marcos? 1.5 seconds. He also needed to leave a little paint on the wall. Everybody needs to leave their mark, I believe. But it did cost him a little over a half second on his time. I don't think he needs to worry about Allo Champs catching up unless he makes a huge mistake. Allo Champs is about 9 seconds behind ID.
And then
Go ahead.
I was just going to say ID4 was about 4 seconds behind Alasham. But he's got Snaker quite close to him.
Yeah, he really does. If he makes much of a mistake, I think we'll see a battle between Snaker and ID4.
And yeah, apart from that, I think they're all pretty spread out. 10-second gap between Michael and K-Morse. Mind you, having said that, Joe and Dutch are pretty close.
They have been pretty close for a while now. I've been figuring Dutch may have be a little spooked from his spin out and maybe a little hesitant to make a move. I know anytime I do spin out, even if I don't, I just spin out and go off track. It spooks me. It usually takes me another lap or two afterwards before I can manage to get it back together.
I'm exactly the same. Dutch is making a move.
Yeah, it looked like Joe went a little bit wide and had to really put on the brakes to stay out of the wall. They're coming. This is a tight turn they're coming up on. Nope, Joe has pulled on in front and said, no, this is my spot.
I think Dutch quite sensibly backed out that one.
And I'm sure Dutch is carrying a little bit of aero damage, so it may be quite hard for him to keep up with Joe going down that straight once they really get moving.
Yeah, I think Dutch does have some aero damage.
Because he did hit that wall pretty hard.
He did. And Dutch is attempting around the outside, and I think he's going to get a pretty decent drive off that line.
He really wants to hold on. Yeah, he's really wanting to do it. As they're going side by side down the front straight, how are they going to come into the turn? I think Joe's got the arrow on him, and I think Joe is less shaken.
He's also got the front end. Yeah, he's got the flat out speed, I think, Joe, as well. But Dutch did just, fortunately, as you're about to say, spin out of that corner. It's a shame because they were having a lovely little battle there.
That corner has been vicious all night. Apparently all you have to do is just, it looks like if you get on the power just a little bit too early. Oh, as these two are going at it again, Dutch is really pushing it at different points, and these guys are really battling it out at different parts of the track here. I'm sure we'll see Joe take it back once they get down the straights. Joe is really putting the pressure on Dutch coming down the mountain, though. Oh, I would not want to be in Dutch's seat. As we said, Joe is crazy consistent. As Joe whips it out, he's trying to go for the move. He's got the arrow and the speed all day long down the straight.
He does. That top speed, he's so much faster in a straight line.
He really is. I want to see these two come to the end of this turn now. Joe's got such a huge, he really got a run on him right there. I want to take a quick peek in on Snaker and Manic. What happened here? I just saw the alert where they were within a second of each other. Maybe looks like Snaker may have taken some damage and we missed it. Let's go back up. Yep. Dutch had a hard. He had a hard time, I think, at the end of that turn with his arrow.
Yeah.
Just low front arrow and the tires getting so cold.
Would have been interesting. It's a shame we didn't see what happened between Michael and Snaker.
I saw the alert go up on my screen that they were within a second of each other, but I couldn't stand to get away from Joe and Dutch because they had just slowed it out. And there's our winner, Yev's dog, that I caught just in time. Oh, as Marcos pulls a magnificent flip over the line. That was insane.
Showboating's a finish.
He literally has very little of his car left.
He decided he didn't need his aero anymore, so
he doesn't need the front. He didn't want the back. Alochamp's also coming across the line, followed by.
Good job, all of you.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm missing some of y'all coming across the line, trying to catch back up. And Snaker, K Morse. I may have to send Marcos a message and ask him. Oh, and look at that. That was fantastic as well. Just plowed right into it. I need to ask Marcos how he managed to get that flip.
It was quite impressive.
Looked like he was going full speed, and then just all of a sudden he was completely sideways. It looked like he did at least 3 or 4 complete 360s. And Joe
it was almost instant too.
Is gonna be our last finisher here.
What a shame. It appears like Dutch has actually retired too. Good job, Joe.
Good job, Joe. That was a good race from Dutch as well. It really was terrible that he got the wall there at the bottom of the hill. I will shut up and leave you alone.
So yeah, another great race. And our podium is Eve Dog with the first, and quite comfortably taking championship as well. Marcos in second, Alashamp in third. Then in fourth we've got ID4, fifth Michael, sixth Snaker, seventh K Morse, and eighth Joe Black. Great job from you all, and I've really enjoyed watching it, so thank you very much for putting on a great show.
Yeah, all these drivers have put on a magnificent show for us with this mini summer league here at Gavra Racing. Just to make sure I beat that in the ground. Yeah, it's been an honor to cover all of y'all. It has been an honor to do it with you, Toby, as well.
And thank you very much for helping me out with it, because yeah, it has been so much fun. I've really enjoyed it.
And I would like to say thanks to I guess all the drivers, and I believe it was ID4 was our organizer. Big thanks to him. Big thanks to Sig for the Discord, and all of our administrators. I'm not sure who quite all of them are. I apologize. I know we have Razy is one of our administrators, and I believe Crazy is also one. And there are a few more. I will eventually learn y'all's names so I can give y'all props. And biggest thanks of all to Gavra for doing all of this for all of us. And Toby, I'll let you do the last sign out for the season before in the stream, and I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it truly has been great. I mean, the organisation, both the V8 Supercars and the GT3 leagues, both the summer leagues, has been fantastic. And Gavra does a great job of overseeing, organising everybody. So yeah, thank you very much to you all. Great job from the drivers, and thank you all for watching. It's been a brilliant season, and don't forget the season starts again on the 9th of September with the classic car season, and hopefully we will see you all there. Thank you very much.